Here we are at Play and Trade in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and I'm here with Nick, and Nick is going to take us on a tour of this awesome video game store. So Nick, take it away, man.
We've got a fantastic selection of retro games. We do still have to keep a little bit of modern stuff to keep the lights on, but we've got all of our PS5 games here, kind of bisected by the new releases in the center, and then we've got used copies down at the bottom.
Good selection of PS5 games too. A lot of variety here. A lot of PS4 games, and I love collecting for the PS4, so I love seeing a massive selection of PS4 games.
We've got a pretty good selection of PS4 games.
Yeah.
It's only really dwarfed by our PS3 games that we've got behind you here.
Wow, look at that.
And it's on the back of both of these islands as well.
So check this out, little Nintendo fan club news. These are really hard to find.
We get them occasionally. Every once in a while, someone will dig one out of their garage.
And this would have been probably, late 80s, so 1988 Nintendo Fan Club News Magazine, volume 1, it looks like. Very cool.
Series and Xbox One games.
Now let me ask you this, because I've always been curious about this. Do you actually sell physical Xbox One and Xbox Series games pretty decently? Or like, how is it in comparison with, say, the PS4 and PS5?
So as far as our newer Xbox games go, I think it would be like a 70-30 split in favor of PlayStation.
Makes sense.
But for used games, I see Xbox Ones go way quicker than the PS4 ones.
That's interesting.
It's very interesting.
Is it because they're cheaper a lot of the times?
And it is. Yeah. There's a lot of people that just don't really want to sign up for Game Pass.
Yeah, right.
And any game that's on Game Pass, more likely than not, will have the disc for around like $5 or $10.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a little bit better than getting Game Pass for a month to play a game. For original Xbox, we've got these islands here.
Okay.
We've got a couple of face ones, some popular ones.
That leads me to another question.
Yeah.
At least in the YouTube space, I've noticed that original Xbox content, unless you're niched down and that's all you do on your channel, original Xbox content doesn't do well. It's like people don't care about the original Xbox in comparison to the PS2 and the GameCube. So like, do you kind of see that same trend here in the store too?
Yeah, we've got a couple of diehard Xbox fans. We still get calls probably 3 or 4 times a week asking, do we have any original Xboxes?
Yeah, it's a very clean layout. It doesn't feel tight or claustrophobic. Everything's spaced out really nicely, makes it very easy to browse. Everything's organized very well. All the game cases that I've seen so far look really clean. Like, everything looks really good. But one thing that really caught my eye is I love how you guys have the signs, a nice piece of art above each one, and a light that lights it up. That's a really nice touch.
That's something that's actually been here since the store opened, and it's really, in my opinion, aged really well.
Yeah.
If you walk into any of the GameStops down the road, it doesn't seem like they've really tried to modernize. There's not a whole lot spent on the infrastructure. It's just trying to get games out the door.
Yep.
Handhelds here.
Oh yeah.
We've got our more common GBA, GVC games in this case here. We've got a couple that are in these protectors that are just kind of loose.
And I see there's a wall of PlayStation 2 games right
Oh
here.
yeah, this is where we start to get into the good stuff. Normally we keep a couple of rare ones over here. We actually have some reprints that are new for Yakuza 1 and 2 and a couple of other PS2 games that are in the back. A very good selection of PS2 games for collectors to come and check out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just seeing like a ton of variety, a lot of really good games, a lot of really collectible games. I mean, like some of this stuff here like this, you never see this, right? The box set type stuff like this.
So right here on this end cap, we've got the Vita selection, which unfortunately is not great because the Vita had difficult ground to make up with adoption.
The prices keep going up on them too.
But we've got PSP games as well, 3DS on the top, and then standard DS on the bottom.
I'm excited to kind of look through these later because I've been going a little bit hard lately on DS and 3DS collecting.
Keeping in that Nintendo vein, we've got our original Wii selection here.
Nice.
Still get calls on the daily about the OG.
Isn't that crazy?
It
was a pack-in. Everybody that got a Wii got it, but yet everybody wants it still, even today.
We had someone come in over the weekend that traded in 3 unopened PS5 games and 3 used PS5 games just to pick up Wii Sports.
Wow.
And then last but absolutely not least, the king of physical in the modern age, Nintendo Switch. Yep. These are all of our used games here.
Nice.
And then new games are faced behind you.
But one thing I love about the Switch, and I'm already seeing this in your guys' selection here, is like there's so many physical games for the Switch that I see all the time, and I'm like never heard of this game because a lot of indie games are getting physical releases on the Switch. Like this looks really cool. Made in Abyss. I don't know what this is, but it looks super fun. Now tell me about some. I've been seeing some kiosks as we've been going around, like some custom kiosks. So tell me about some of these.
Yeah, so we've got the other ones are more retro style kiosks, but essentially any PS4 game or any Switch game, which is kind of our heavy hitters, people can try out before they buy them. We just pop them in the console.
A lot of times when I go in a game store, they don't have anywhere near as many GameCube games as you guys have here. So you've actually got quite a bit, which is awesome to see.
This is kind of our lower cost Nintendo stuff and then Genesis stuff. There's a couple of more things sprinkled around. We try to notate on all of these whether or not they're complete.
That's good.
Have just the manual or missing the art, anything like that.
All right, now yes, let's tell me about what we have. Oh man, I'm seeing a lot of good stuff here.
Anything that's got a box, manual, or is decently priced, we keep here in the glass cases. Moving this way a little bit more, we've got Nintendo 64, sealed Switch games that'll be indie titles, limited run titles, stuff like that.
Seeing a nice selection of some DS and 3DS games here.
Now, accessories is another area where I feel like we shine. We've got a pretty good selection of original first-party accessories as well as third-party accessories.
Nice.
The overwhelming majority of these we vet pretty hard.
For quality.
Yeah. Whenever we have a console come in that doesn't have all of the accessories, we'll select something that we think is a very good alternative, if not a better alternative. So we've got a couple more GameCube games.
Oh yeah.
Sony PlayStation games.
Nice.
And then sealed Vita games and our Vita.
Dang, sealed Vita games. More kind of uncommon and rare games you're just kind of showcasing here to catch people's attention?
Most of the ones that'll be faced here will be used, and then these will be new.
Gotcha.
Here we've got kind of a retro Sega area, starting with Dreamcast, moving over to Saturn, 32X, Genesis, and then a little bit further along the wall, we've got complete in box for Super Nintendo, original Nintendo, and N64 kind of mixed in. Above you, maybe not the PS4 in the boxes as rare as our action sets.
Yeah.
And then we've got Control Deck, Super Nintendo, Toys R Us exclusive.
Very impressed with this store. As I told you earlier, Nick, I love the way it's laid out. I love the way everything's organized. The atmosphere, just everything about it. I can tell like you guys put a lot of careful thought into how everything's laid out and how everything is displayed and organized. Very easy to browse. Great selection. All right, folks, now that we're done with the tour, I'm gonna walk around and check out some of the inventory, see if I can add a few things in my own collection, in particular, the GameCube games. We got 97 games left to get. So let's see if I can walk out of here with a few more to add to the collection. But first, I want to check a few of these PS5 games. I want to check the DS and the 3DS games, and then we'll go over to the GameCube. So let's take a look at this PS5 selection. You guys have seen me, I've been going a little hard on the DS and 3DS here lately, and there's an amazing selection of games here. So let me just kind of take a look. The hell is Flipper Critters? Oh, it's a freaking pinball game, dude. Anyways, it's only $6. Yeah, I might grab that. Puzzle Chronicles. This is a, it's a puzzle RPG. It's like a match puzzle game combined with an RPG. Could be interesting. Only $5. Yeah, I'll check it out. All right, so I'm gonna grab these two games, but let's take a look at the GameCube games and see if there's any here that we need for the collection. Okay, I already see two. I see two, Space Raiders and King Arthur. I do not have either of these games. They're both clean, they're both complete. Decent price on those two, especially for the condition. So there's two games I need right there. All right, there's another one. R Racing Evolution. That's another game that I don't have. This one is complete. It's not an original GameCube case, but I do have some that I can swap it into. That's pretty good for a game store. Usually I don't find games that I need for the collection, and there's 3. So that's gonna drop me down to 94 games left. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all 3 of these. Not a bad haul here at Play and Trade in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. This is an awesome game store, y'all. If you're ever in the Nashville or Murfreesboro area in Tennessee, you gotta stop here, give these guys some business. Super nice, great selection, great layout. Everything's in great condition, good prices. So come here and check this place out if you're ever in the area. I promise you, you will not regret it.